Hello, in the Good Company podcast. Anna Malus-Kitzmar here with the dose of inspiration, motivation, thought provocation. Coming to you here in a little blanket because it's really cold downstairs. How are you doing? How is life lately? How is February going? I just want to send you a message of encouragement and warmth and hugs and kisses because this February is so freaking intense. I can't even explain the energies. They are just, there's just a lot of going on astrologically, especially coming up February 17th and 26 or 7 again. There's like an eclipse and other things going on, conjunctions and squares of some planets that are not the best partners in the dance. So I just want to tell you to ride the waves, to keep open mind, to work with anything that comes up, any triggers. And I think this episode is actually perfect for today. We are continuing on the wagon of kind of lessons from my posts, lessons from 2005, but 2025. But again, I think they are lessons from even before that. Those are like lessons from last 2 years. And in my Instagram post, I've just in a short and brief way listed them. And here I want to go deeper. So next lesson is everything is figureoutable. What a freaking tongue breaker this, especially for me, dyslexic and dysgraphic, figureoutable. Oh my God, writing this, I definitely am to spell check it 5 times before I posted this episode. But here's the idea. I think we are living in these times when that makes us feel very powerless. That there's obviously how many times I cannot say it. And obviously you know that and you feel that and you're experiencing the chaos, the division, the fear spreading, the just uncertainty of our times on so many levels, starting from our leaders through our environment, weather-wise and nature-wise, through so many other AI changing the framework and the world of workplace, etc., etc. So much uncertainty. And this is just such a important thing to remember in those times, that every single thing in our life is really to be figured out. And how do we do this? Like, this is not just I'm saying that. There are several things I do always when I feel like, and it's not like I'm sometimes not feeling like hopeless. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to figure out? Obviously, we all have things challenges that we work through in our life. Every single person. There's no person on this planet, I guarantee you, that is not working through some kind of challenge, especially now, going back to energy of February. So what I do, first, the simplest exercise. Let me see how many it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 things we are going to talk about. So first thing, the simplest one I do is I look at myself, and I want you to look at yourself and look at your life so far and look at all the examples, moments in your life. I'm sure you have plenty that you had a challenge, that you had a moment that really tested you and you figured it out. I am sure you're going to find plenty moments like this. And why do we do this? Because we want to be example for ourselves, right? Like, hey, I already figured out this, and this, and this. I can figure out this. You know what I mean? I love that exercise because again, it brings us back to our power, to understanding that we are powerful, that we already went through so many things and we can deal with yet whatever is on our plate, whatever it is, right? Next one is, and this one is kind of funny, but I also like to look like from the eyes of the child. My daughters really open me back to that idea. Sometimes like even like when I drive a car and I look at the complexity of cities we build, like buildings next to the buildings, everything is connected because the electricity needs to go through, then also the water needs to go through, then on top of that we have streets that like all the cars are driving. Look at the car that we figure out how to freaking move ourselves different way. Oh my God, look sometimes in this different eyes at the plane. Like we freaking figured out how to bring hundreds of people plus fuel plus luggage into the air and we are flying, right? Like we cure so many diseases already. There's just AI even like the shit. Sorry for my language, not sorry. We come up with constantly and figure things out is just amazing. So even looking at the world around you, like at this freaking phone, right? Like My God, we figured out how to, like when I was growing up, there was a joke like, "Where are you calling from?" And the joke was like, "From tramway," because everybody was like, "How can you call from tramway?" Right? Like, there's like no way. Like, you probably have to be or at home or at work. So why you asking? And now we can call from tramway. So that's the other exercise. Just look around at all the things we figured out as humans and take that power of that notion too. Next, next one is asking for help or advice. I am a product of Zosia Samosia, again, going back to Polish, which is Sophia, who does everything by herself. And that was my upbringing, growing up with one parent most of my childhood, a lot of my childhood. I had to figure out a lot of stuff by myself. And I am programmed that way a little bit. And I'm still learning to ask for help, not only around me, but also, you know me. You may not believe it. You may not trust me on this one, but asking our ancestors, asking angels, whatever you believe, you may not believe into anything. You just may put question or ask, just out there. Trust me, the answer will come. And one example of that, I told this several weeks ago. I told this my I was like, listen, you have to use it. Like, you have to, like, if you have a problem, ask our ancestor, ask our grandma. And she called me last week and she's like, "You won't believe it. I was looking for this company to do this and this for me, whatever. And I had a really hard time finding it. And then one day I literally thought, hey, to our grandma, hey, can you help me with that, please?" Next day, a woman, I don't know where she was it at the store or at some kind of other company? Don't remember the details. They start talking, and she has a company that provides the services that my aunt needs. And they live close, they have meet all the criteria my aunt is very particular about it. This is the example. And I was like, I told you, this is not crazy. I told you, look, all these ancestors, these energies here around us are here to help us. So when we ask for help, they are going to show us the way. Next one is um, the importance of keeping the open and positive mind about things. And this is such a cliche and maybe such a, like a stupid thing, and simple thing to say. I just want to, from an energetical standpoint, tell you that if you start, like, start thinking negatively about some situation, like, oh, I'm never going to figure out, I'm never going to be able to do this, I'm never going to blah blah blah, you block the energy flow, the flow of any solutions that may come away, because this is your state of mind. Your state of mind is like dam, like a water dam, right? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So keeping open mind, and even if you are coming from like being more of the pessimistic person, like just saying in general, like everything is figure outable, like it's not a big jump for your brain, because it is, right? Or like, I'll figure it out somehow. I don't know how. Remember this mantra? Where did I talk about this here, about mantra for 2026? 2026. I don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out. All the answers are within me, and I'm protected and supported, right? This idea of things are changing so fast. So at the moment, we may not know how to approach thing, fix thing, adjusting, whatever. But I trust and I believe. This trust and believe in these times of uncertainty. This is something that I learned from Kabbalah. And I think in any situation when we are in life, in the world, that opposite is the medicine, right? Like, you are tired, don't be active, rest, right? You are I don't know. Like, some stupid examples are coming to my head right now. I don't want to say it, but especially like energetically in the world, right? Like, the energies are crazy and really intense and really fast. Slow down. Like, any kind of, like, doing yoga, yin yoga, any kind of slow exercise, slow movement, slow walking. That's a really great energy to create right now. So keeping positive mind is, again, this kind of opposite antidotum for whatever I am dealing with. I think it's very, very important. And if sometimes you're asleep and you're like, God, I don't know. I'm not going to figure out. Like, just push yourself and say, I am going to figure out. All the answers are within me. All my ancestors are looking up and watching out and supporting me. Trust me on this one. Anyway, looking if my mic is still working. Okay, so next, so thinking about challenges as amazing things that are building our resilience. And it's kind of like a, positive aspect of it. Like any kind of, again, looking back to this exercise, looking back at and anything and everything that you figure out so far in your life, how much you've learned from it, how much you grew from it, how much you expanded, how much resilience in you this situation already created. And I love, and I mentioned it before, I'm studying Kabbalah right now, and this concept of what a pleasure, stop, what a pleasure, because everything that is coming out is coming out for coming at us is coming for us, right? It's a lesson, it's a test, it's a something that pushing us to this next level. So really, thinking about challenges like, okay, how can this build my resilience? How can I twist it so I can learn from it and grow from it? And just looking as an opportunity almost, you know what I mean? I know it's kind of delusional, but why not? Like, why not take a challenge and see it as opportunity? I feel like I did it and I do it all my life, especially in business. Like I always felt like, oh my God, whatever challenge I have, it's like so exciting because like this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to change, adjust, to make something new, to make something different, to create something different, to make different choices, to test something, like it's a really exciting moment challenge. And I know you can say like, okay, like health challenge, how can it be excited? And this is a tough one. I have to say this is a really tough one because I can't even imagine and nor I want to, but when your body kind of betrays you. I was talking to somebody lately. That's how it feels, I would imagine, right? But there is still way to figure it out, like when we have a challenge, had a challenge with one of my daughters, like I was just figuring out step by step. We visited so many doctors and different doctors and tried different things, and it was just step by step. And I think every single thing helped. Every single thing helped at that moment on overall. Knock knock. So on not painted things. So I know that when it comes to like having a health challenge, it can be difficult. But again, it's just step by step. I believe really looking again, even for the health challenge, I think it's looking what is it asking of me? What is it? Why is this showing up for me? Yeah, I think that's a big lesson when it comes to a health challenge. But again, this one I have to agree, this one is really difficult. And then when it comes to everything being to be figured out, I'm trying to avoid saying figureoutable because it sure sounds great, but I'm saying it. And the power of perspective. Next one is the power of perspective is, how can I look at it different way? It's kind of like ties to this positive thinking and keep an open mind. Like, how can I shift it and look at it different way from this perspective? Stepping into somebody else's shoes. I heard it today and it like resonated with me. Like how this and this would figure it out. How this and to kind of get out of our regular thinking and open our mind to somebody else's thinking. I kind of think it's a cool idea. I want to use it. But again, like trying to shift perspective of what is happening and how to figure things out. And then the power of figuring things together. I love running things and problems and challenges by my partner, especially the ones that are like regarding my growth and my shadows and my blind spots. I sure do have those. And asking for this different perspective, but figuring it out together. It's kind of going back to this idea of asking for help, but also understanding that in Poland we have this amazing saying, basically two brains are better than one, obviously. So this idea that sometimes bouncing, I think the perspective and together and figuring that figuring things out together kind of tides together, like asking for help and figuring things out together with somebody, with bigger group, again to see all the perspectives, to see all the ideas and solutions. I think also is just so important and valuable, and just such a great ways to deal with anything and everything we are dealing and facing now, and privately and personally and in a larger community, larger society, because it's sure does feel chaotic, does feel fearful, does feel intense and uncertain. So building this resilience, personal resilience, is key now. Anyway, a little ramble for today. I know sometimes these messages are very, very simple and they are more of a reminder because you know all this stuff. But I truly believe in this idea that sometimes we need to be reminded, even of the most simplest things. And sometimes we hear them at the right moment. So I hope, I needed it because I'm dealing with something. And I hope any one of you, two of you, three, that's our already gigantic success, found inspiration or motivation or help in this 6 or 7 ways, and kind of proves and whys behind why everything is figure outable. Oh my god, I said it clearly. Listen, I know I'm 47, but it's a big deal. Like, you cannot imagine having a dyslexia and dysgraphia is sometimes the long words are so freaking difficult. It's just like my brain does not work that way. So it's a huge success, huge little success here. Anyway, should we do advertisements? Plant tree with me. Go to one tree planted dot and plant a tree anywhere in the world. Trees and amazing creatures. I read this book lately, A Secret Life of Trees. Highly recommended. Will blow your mind with freaking trees, how they talk to each other, how they freaking exchange chemicals. Did you know that? Like, I didn't. Obviously, the connection through roots, we all know that. It's mind blowing. I love trees. I'm obsessed with trees. Trees are so good for us. Trees are so needed. Trees are so beautiful. So many things about trees. Trees that are amazing. So please go create some good tree karma, just good karma for yourself, and plant trees with me at onetreeplanted.org. You can plant one tree for $1, or 70 trees for $70, or 5,000 trees for $5,000, whatever you want. Great organization. They have a great breakout of what goes to actually, I believe it's like 95% goes to actual cause. So planting trees, creating seeds, transporting seeds, all this, doing little tree plants, and then actual planting. And then just 5% goes to running the organization. I think that's the breakout. I need to double check it, or maybe it's 86. Still very good, because not all the charitable organizations are that great about division of resources and charitable donations they get from us. So I love that about them too. And next one is me, my breath work again. In these times of uncertainty, when we need to figure things out, come and breathe with me. Breath work is amazing things to unblock the things you need to figure it out, ideas, connection in brain, and release any trauma, any stress and anxiety that may block us, how to figure things out. I do breath work for now on Saturday, Sunday. I'm working now on a couple more days. At Tiny Space to Breathe, now named Sun and Moon Meditation Studio on Pulaski in Avondale. Please join me and breathe with me, and let's heal, grow, and expand together. I'm sending you so much love. Until next week, or maybe there will be an extra episode, who knows. Love and light and slightly bit of shadow.